Yeah, but I'm ready to talk sports, man. We got Lions football tomorrow.
We do.
Tomorrow, live football.
It's not the real thing.
I don't know it is, and it's the real thing, man. These are grown-ass men getting paid to go out there and hurt each other.
True.
And, whew, tomorrow night, I know NFL Network's going to have the Patriots and Panthers, Lions versus the Giants. There's been some kerfuffles at camp. I mean, Kirby Joseph showing those lefts, showing those rights, doing what he can do. And here's the result of that from Adam Schefter. The NFL confirmed today that the Detroit Lions and the New York Giants organizations have each been fined $200,000 for multiple fights that broke out at a joint practice between the clubs earlier this week. All NFL clubs were reminded in a memo, it was in a memo, Braylon, last week that fighting and unprofessional conduct at joint practices will not be tolerated. And you can put it in a memo all you want, but once you get grown-ass men out there pushing each other, you ain't challenging my pride. And I like how both sides address this. I love Daniel Jones' comments about it. Like, hey, we got our butt beat last year. Talent, we may not be able to beat you, but nobody's going to beat us with the fight. And I've always wanted the Lions to have that mentality. So for the Giants to have it when those two teams collide, I'm fine with it. I got no problem with grown men fighting in practice like that. But I'll never understand punching somebody's face mask. Like, sure, it hurts them, but you're going to hurt your hand. Like, it's a helmet. Quit hitting helmets.
It's true. We talked about it yesterday, me and Ryan. I said I understand that from the fans' point of view. Like, nothing good comes with throwing punches at helmets. You can get a broken hand, broken fingers, a thumb, or anything to delay your journey to ultimately the Super Bowl. But guys have been fighting face masks since Little League. I mean, you know how to hit. It's not necessarily straight-on punch. We talked about yesterday. You're not bringing overhand right bam like that. You're kind of fighting off the side of your fist. Yeah. It's more noise than it actually is hurting. But to your point about it, I love the fact that Kirby Joseph got snuck on the way by Malik Neighbors, and he said, nah, this ain't the type of team we are. I was talking yesterday. Safety set the tone. The DBs, like safeties are the big brothers to the DBs. The safeties are the ones that takes care of the secondary. They're the big guys. Terrion Arnold's going to be protected by that safety. That's why he went over there chirping. He said, yeah, that's why he got you on clamps. You saw him give him a little jab. Kirby Joseph said, nah, Big Ten football, I won't play that. So I don't have a problem with it. But I equate it to a false start. All right, everybody's talking about the Olympics. So we got some fun Olympic stuff for you guys today. Those of you that have been paying attention. Shout out to the guy from Cuba, the wrestler, heavyweight, 5th gold medal in consecutive Olympics. It's the most times somebody has won the same event. 5 Olympics. First time he won was in 2008 in Beijing, and then he won last night, won the gold medal. So shout out to Maheen Jordan, I think I said his name right. But it's like a false start at the Olympics. When you false start, the next guy that false starts anytime after that, it's charged to the field. So you can't false start once and then you get a second false start. Right. No. Once one person false starts, everybody else is automatically disqualified. That's how Dan Campbell has to approach the situation. Hey, look, it was fun. Sheila's got the bag. This will be paid for. Tax write-off, no big deal. But this is the type of team we are going to be. We're not going to be an undisciplined team responding to everything, costing ourselves. Because these particular moments, they show up when you least don't need them in those type of games. You don't need these type of penalties. 15 yards is a long way to talk you out of a field goal, potential turnover. You can't do this during the season. You've been warned.
Yeah, and that's I was thinking about that when it's happening, right? Because like I said, I love it. I love the fight. That's what I want.
I love it too. It's training camp.
I want good guys that are badasses. Like I want Penei Sewell, who'll bring his kid to the field, but also beat that
in front of his
Aaron Donald. Yeah, if Aaron Donald, has some, but it does kind of scare me because I've been a lifelong Lions fan, right? Okay. And we're here. The Lions have arrived, and I think there's this grace period that we're getting right now as Lions. Not only Lions fans, where last year it was cute when we went in and took over stadiums, and it's like, oh, the Lions are actually finally doing something. And now the team is also like, okay, the Lions went from being a pushover to they're no longer pushovers. But we're going to get to a point where you're over the hump on that, right? Where you can be where you become the Raiders and you're known for foolishness, not for these guys are tough nosed, these guys have grit. It's like, okay, these guys are reactionary. We know we can push their buttons. So this year is very interesting for me as a tone setter for the Lions players in that aspect, because how much do you want to push that narrative of you guys are tough guys, gritty guys, but you can't be reactionary guys? and same thing for the fans. We had a year of being cute Lions fans. We're going to be labeled as annoying-ass Lions fans when we're knocking on every single stadium door, selling it out with Honolulu Blue. You can't hear enough of us on Twitter. Like, it's going to happen soon.
Tell them, boy, Anthony told me in the building. You know what? At the end of the day, you have to build it somewhere. And I think the Lions have started in 2021 building their identity, building that toughness. Now, they didn't have the players on defense in 2021, 2022.
Right.
But they eventually got the roster to where they're comfortable. And that's this year, and it really started last year. So they'll get to the point where they're no longer trying to prove they're tough. I think that's the space that the Lions defense, at least, is still in right now. Proving we're tough. No. Don't bring that over here. I know we were giving up passes last year, but that's not who we really are. The defensive line. No. We're going to get to that quarterback. Now, you're not going to try to run the ball on us consistently. So I think they're in the phase of trying to build that, consistently build that. But you'll get to a point where you no longer need to do that. You'll become the Baltimore Ravens, where you know the Baltimore Ravens aren't talking. They're really out there hitting. They're really banging heads. You know what I'm saying? You talk about the Steelers, or you talk about the Seahawks back in the day, the 49ers over the past 6 or 7 years. They don't have to talk. They don't have to do the extra things. They don't have to get caught up in skirmishes because everybody's scared of those defenses. So they're talking now, and I believe this is how you set that tone for what you want to be. But when the field comes next month, got to see something on the field to back up all this talking and all this extra stuff on the outfield.
Yeah, because beating up on a rookie, Malik Neighbors, that's fun in preseason.
It was cool. You won the fight.
He won that fight.
But this ain't boxing.
Right.
This ain't boxing. I want to see you catch touchdowns. I want to see you stop that position. So it's a lot of fun right now. I'm excited too. But I think Dan Campbell will get them in the space, whether it's Aaron Glenn, whether it's Ben Johnson. When the season starts, we know we're the only ones. We're the only ones that can shoot ourselves in the foot and that can hurt ourselves. It's them. It's the Lions.
Alan W. in the chat. I think we're already there, Stick. Other fan bases hate us. And you could see it coming, right? You know, and I think when the Red Sox were horrible pretty much my entire existence leading up to like the early 2000s. It was like, oh, the Red Sox, they suck. Then all of a sudden they started winning World Series, and they became the most annoying fan base I have ever heard in my entire life. And I hope we get to be.
Yeah, Boston's always been annoying.
I want to be an annoying fan base because that means we're winning, right? Like, we've never been an annoying fan base because we were a joke fan base. Like, well, the Lions beat us. They can talk their crap because they're never going to win for the next 10 years. So as a fan base, I love that we're getting to that point, and I love that we have a team to back it up. And you know, we're seeing it. We're seeing these tough guys, and hopefully we see it on the field tomorrow night in preseason.
Yeah, 100%. Like, we're one of those cities where you knew once we start winning, we were going to be annoying. You knew when we like this is no new thing. When the Tigers were winning, when the Pistons were the bad boys, they hated us back then. When the Pistons were the going to work Pistons, when we went the Red Wings, I mean, they couldn't stomach us as NHL fans. So we've always been this. It's just only a matter of time. Like Boston. You knew Bostonians are freaking annoying. We've known that our whole lives.
The worst.
You just had to win to get it out there. And now the Lions are winning. So they have every right, though. Talk that you know what, man.